Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Tier List Tuesday. We are smack in the middle of our Pokemon Nuzlocke with friends, with Dynamite and Critnik, and I figured what a better time than to do a Pokemon tier list. So I was thinking of like what the best thing to do here was, because I could have done all the games, but I haven't played every single one of them, and I doing all the Pokemon would have been crazy long. So I landed on doing every Gen 1 Pokemon. So it's the biggest tier list we've done by far. And to compensate for that, we're not gonna do the old like rearrange them at the end. We're just gonna put them in the tiers. But there's 101 of these suckers. So let's just dive right in. Bulbasaur, happy little frog dinosaur. Classic starter choice. Wonderful. Doesn't get much better than Bulbasaur. Look at how happy he is. Ivysaur. Like basically every second evolution for starters across all of Pokemon, except for maybe one or two. Very forgettable. I'm gonna give Ivysaur a C. Venusaur, final evolution. Pretty good. Evidence that Bulbasaur is a frog and a dinosaur because of the way Venusaur walks. That's how you know. Gotta give him an A. Love Venusaur. Charmander, another great starter. The first fire starter, hard to dislike him. If his tail goes out, he dies. That's pretty flavorful. Not as fun looking as Bulbasaur. I'm gonna give Charmander an A. Charmeleon, for the same exact reasons as Ivysaur, is getting a C. Forgettable, awkward middle phase between starter and non-starter. But now a little flip-flop here. We got Bulbasaur up here and Venusaur down here. For Charmander and Charizard, Charizard is wonderful, dude. Who doesn't love a Charizard? Classic Pokemon. A lot of people's favorites. Cool dragon that isn't a dragon. Hard to dislike that. Squirtle, my personal Gen 1 starter pick. But with that in mind, I acknowledge that Squirtle himself is only A. Love him. Water type's always the type that I tend to go with unless for some reason I am forced to go another way. And Squirtle, happy little turtle. He'll get guns eventually. Pretty poggers. Love that guy. War Turtle, I mean, you could have saw this one coming. This is just where these go. They're boring, they're unimaginative, they're just, it's obvious that every Pokemon design, for the most part, like I said, there are some cool second evolutions, are like, we thought of destination and start. How do we fill in the gap? And Blastoise, much like Charmander and Charizard, is wonderful. Gotta love Blastoise, dude. Turtle with guns on his back? Are you kidding me? That's so good. Caterpie, the first worm. Cute. Butterfree is cool, which gives Caterpie more pull. I'm gonna give Caterpie a B. Metapod. Cocoon. All it does is harden, but he's pretty cool when he's shiny. He's all red. But, low tier Pokemon. D. Butterfree. Butterfree's awesome. People hate on Butterfree and I don't get it. First of all, one of the best episodes of Pokemon ever is when they have to let Butterfree go, even though that's not what a shiny Butterfree looks like. They're not pink. That's a weird one-of-a-kind Butterfree. I love Butterfree. I'm giving Butterfree an A, dude. Butterfree is awesome. Weedle is just a less cool Caterpie, in my opinion. How much less cool? This much less cool. I don't really think that's a big jump for simple worm Pokemon. Yeah, but Weedle's stupid, dude. Weedle just like, he just like sits there and does his thing and is less cool than Caterpie. I'm not gonna drag Kakuna down to unbearable though. He's just as stupid as Metapod. Another Cocoon Pokemon. It does its harden thing. You wait for it to become its final evolution. And Beedrill, pretty cool. It's a big bee with like knives for hands. I can get behind that. Put him in the C tier with the middle evolution starters. Pidgey, a basic normal bird, not a lot of excitement, but it is the first bird. I'm gonna give Pidgey a C. Pidgeotto is the awkward middle bird of Pidgeot, And it doesn't get much more exciting. As a matter of fact, Pidgeotto has multicolored tail and a longer name. There's a lot of things that I feel like should have made it the Pidgeot, I just didn't. I'm gonna give Pidgeotto a D tier and Pidgeot a B tier. He's all right. He is the cool big bird. He'll probably be on your final team if you're playing through the first game, but there's not much to write home to about it. He's a normal bird. Rattata, unbearable. I hate this thing. Eradicate, unbearable. I hate these things. These Pokemon, they suck. I never use them. I find them stupid. And the worst part is Hyperfang, when you're Nuzlocking, basically digs you a hole in the ground. I haven't Nuzlocked personally myself outside of the shield run that you're currently in the midst of. But let me tell you, I've seen Hyperfang end people. Spearow, cooler than Pidgey. Because the design's actually a little unique. Fearow is not necessarily cooler than Pidgeot though, so I'm gonna say Spearow and Fearow are both in the B tier. We're cruising, baby. Ekans, love Ekans, happy little snake. Its name is just Snake backwards. It's very funny. That is all the makings of a B tier Pokemon, but Arbok, which is Cobra backwards, is one of my absolute favorite Pokemon, and that was even before the rise of Telga on Critnix. I believe that was a Fire Red Nuzlocke. Go check out Critnix Fire Red Nuzlocke if you haven't. And if you know, you know, you might have seen this coming. Arbok is a wonderful Pokemon. Moving on to Pikachu. The face of the company. Personal feelings aside, there's nothing you can do with Pikachu except this. Pikachu, without Pikachu, who knows how popular Pokemon would be. Pikachu is the most identifiable. If I brought my mom in here and said, which one of these Pokemons do you know? She'd be like, I think that's Pikachu. And that'd be it. But that goes a long way, you know? Marketable, has a whole movie about him if he was a detective. You can't not put him in the wonderful tier. Raichu, I think, is very fun. I like Raichu. It always made me wonder. I mean, like, I know why Ash doesn't evolve it. They explain it in the show. But Raichu is so happy, a little chunky, he's cute. That's an A tier Pokemon, especially Alolan Raichu. Isn't on this list, but Alolan Raichu is one of my absolute faves. He'd be in the wonderful. Sandshrew, look at this happy dirt boy. He's rolling around in the sand. He's scratching you. I love him. A tier. Sandslash, little bit of the cuteness is lost. Cool Pokemon nonetheless. I'm thinking maybe B tier for him. All right, I'm gonna kind of address all 6 of these in one swoop. This is the only Pokemon I believe that gender literally makes it a different Pokemon. I think that's a cool concept. I don't know why they haven't done it since, and if they have, please let me know what it is. I don't know a lot of the newer gens. And they both basically go the same way. Cute little starter, awkward middle phase, bomb final. So we're gonna do this for all of them. We're gonna put both cute starters in B, awkward phases in C, and then the only difference is Nidoking was one of my favorites growing up. So I'm gonna put Nidoqueen in A and Nidoking in wonderful. I love Nidoking. He was always cool. I mean, he's probably, genuinely speaking, when we get to the end, maybe I'll run back and try and figure out my exact opinion. But I think Nidoking might be my favorite designed Pokemon. Growing up as a, young boy, sick dinosaur with a horn, like, how could you say no to that? Clefairy, cute. A fairy type in the later games, evolves into Clefable, Mountain Moon stuff. I'm thinking both of these are C tier. There's nothing wrong with them. They're very fine Pokemon. Vulpix, cute little fox that shoots fire. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna put you in the B tier. Ninetales reminds me of Karuram from. I butchered that, but reminds me of the nine-tailed fox from Naruto. Karuma, that's how you pronounce it. So he's a little bit cooler. A tier. Jigglypuff, another staple Pokemon, great character in Smash Brothers. Kind of gotta go the same way with Pikachu on this one. You can't put her anywhere else. That's just where she goes. Wigglytuff, might be one of the most forgotten evolutions that exists. Like, people know about Raichu. Wigglytuff is just like, oh, he's a little taller, and you know what? Unimaginative and stupid. D tier. Zubat. Baron of the Cave. You hate to see this guy outside right after you catch one. They keep coming, but he's pretty cool. I like the bats in Pokemon. C tier for Zubat, D tier for Golbat because he grows eyes and his entire body's his mouth. I shouldn't let this impact anything, but Crobat, very cool, one of my favorites. Gonna just close this ad right here. No need for that to exist. Let's keep it going. Oddish, a little flippin' plant that you can just go, and there it is. Oddish is pretty cool. I like Blossom a lot, but again, we're not rocking those Pokemon. I'm gonna give Oddish a B tier, but then Gloom, I dislike Gloom. I think Gloom is weird, but I gotta say, Gloom has some of the best middle evolution flavor in Pokemon. So I can't just slap her with something so low. So I'm gonna put her in the C tier. And I'm also going to put Vileplume in the C tier just because Vileplume's kind of like, it's a big mushroom, I get it. Way better as far as mushrooms go. Mushroom crabs. First off, the design is awesome. Secondly, if you actually know about this Pokemon, what happens is the mushrooms growing on Paris take over the husk of Paris, making it evolve into Parasect. So that's a dead crab body controlled by a mushroom. That's like so cool and so flavorful. I gotta put Paris in the B tier, and you know what? Parasect, wonderful. People are gonna be like, I can't believe you put that thing in wonderful, and you know what? You can put that in the comments all you want. I'm just gonna go, ha ha ha, he's where he is. Venonat, hate it. Unbearable. Absolutely. Another line of Pokemon that I dread. There's something about him. It's like a ripoff of Butterfree. Look at its face, look at Butterfree's face, look at its face, look at Butterfree's face. Something went wrong, and I hate it. And this is just less good Butterfree. They're the worst. I hate them. Diglett, amazing. He always leaves you thinking, what's under there? What could it be? When you get 3 of them together, it's a whole new Pokemon. So like, how much room is there to work with? And you know what? I lived all my life thinking this was like a little worm. I think he's considered the mole Pokemon. So this is a mammal. There's mammal things under there. It's very interesting. I'm gonna put them both in the B tier. Meowth, again, this is one of those transcends Pokemon itself. Team Rocket's talking cat, he's wonderful. He's got so much character, he's awesome. Yeah, it's not every Meowth, but you know what, it's this Meowth. And Persian, forever linked with flippin' Uncle Giuseppe. That's not his name's Giovanni. And you know what's cool? There's like a Pokemon you can always link with the Team Rocket boss. But you know, it's not that cool. I'm thinking Persian's a B tier Pokemon. Psyduck. Awesome Pokemon. I love Psyduck. I love Psychic Water. I know that I'm pretty sure that these aren't Psychic Water types. They're just water types that can learn Psychic moves. It's very weird. That's how it goes. But Psyduck is awesome. He's A tier. Golduck is also cool, but not as cool as Psyduck. That's a B tier. Manky. The pig monkey Pokemon. He's gonna throw fists and throw shit. He's a little monkey. It's what he does. A pig monkey. He's cool. I'm thinking B tier for him, and then Primeape is awesome. Primeape's an A tier, man. He gets flipping watches, and his fists become more boxing glove like. That's awesome. Growlithe and Arcanine, I don't think anyone's gonna argue with this move, are gonna be the first full wonderful chain. Happy Puppy that is spits fire, and then sick rideable wolf that still breathes fire. There's nothing wrong with where I've put these. These guys are perfectly where they're meant to be. Very cool. Poliwag, cute little tadpole, makes sense for the beginning of a frog evolution. I'm gonna hit you with the B, and then you evolve in the Poliwhirl, who is absolutely chubby and amazing. So only gets better. You go in the A tier, and then it gets even better. One of my favorite Pokemon makes the cut for why in real life could only have 6 Pokemon. Polywrath, it's a frog that's gonna punch you. What's better than a Punch Frog? The answer is nothing. He goes in the wonderful tier. Abra, fun in design, fun in concept. Psychic is my favorite typing, probably. I hate this thing because it always runs away, teleports. I'm gonna put Abra this low. Abra can eat it, but Kadabra is like, you told me to eat it, so I got a spoon, and I respect that. I respect the Pokemon that knows how to use tools. So of course Alakazam has 2. Also, probably the strongest Psychic type in Gen 1, outside of like maybe Mew and Mewtwo. Gotta put Alakazam in the wonderful tier. Big wonderful tier, but what can you do? Machop, small boy, big dreams of being WWE champion. I can relate to that. C tier. Machoke achieved his dream, is already the WWE champion. You can see the belt right there. What's cooler than being a WWE champion? B tier. And then he goes, I'll tell you what's cooler than being WWE champion. Being a WWE champion with 4 flippin' arms. That's right. The next logical step after WWE champion is grow 2 extra arms and shoulders and just be like, yeah, what of it? It's normal. Insane. Bellsprout, this thing is awesome. The episode that will always, there's 2 episodes of Pokemon that are always I consider to be my favorites. When he's fighting that chick with the Bellsprout and he can't win, so he gets a Muck to just hug it and kill it because it just kicked Pikachu in the face and couldn't do anything. And the one where Krabby evolves into Kingler. Those are 2 of my favorite episodes, and as a result, Bellsprout gets A tier. Weeping Bell is your Weeping Bell and your Victory Bell. Weeping Bell is horrible. I hate it. It's unbearable. And then Victory Bell is pretty okay. I'll put Victory Bell in the B tier. Because, like, you can relate this to James and Team Rocket, and then you never see this stupid thing. The stupid middle evolution, it's like, it's just the worst Bellsprout. It doesn't have a body. It's awful. It's stupid. Tentacool is Tentacool, baby. I mean, C for cool. He's a jellyfish. He'll smack you up. Tentacruel is pretty cool as well. I like Tentacruel. He's got this aura of him that's like, yo, man, don't come near me. I'm going to mess you up. I'm going to put him in the B tier. Geodude. Boom. He's an A tier Pokemon. Graveler. C tier Pokemon. I know what you're thinking. Tyler. Growing 2 extra arms was enough to make it into the A tier the first time. Why is this any different? Because he loses them. He puts the arms away. So these arms aren't enough to really make my decision for me, but Golem is cool. Golem is like my favorite Ben 10 alien is Cannon Bolt, and Golem is the closest thing I get to that in Pokemon. So he goes in the A tier with his buddy Geodude. Ponyta and Rapidash, very simple. A horse and a unicorn covered in fire. So clearly I'm a dog person, so the dogs covered in fire go into the wonderful tier. And if you were a horse person, I would get if you made the same decision. I'm not a horse person, but I respect it. So they're both gonna go into the A tier. Slowpoke and Slowbro. These are true water psychic Pokemon, I believe, and I absolutely love them both. I'm thinking that they're also both gonna go in the A tier. They're awesome. I mean, the logic's a little weird that a Shelder biting Slowpoke's tail makes Slowpoke just stand up and Shelder turn into this thing and it's a whole new Pokemon, but whatever. Magnemite. A lot of people like him. I ain't that different. I think he's fine. I'm thinking he's a C tier Pokemon. He's not amazing. He's just a bunch of magnets. Magneton is the same as Dugtrio, right? It's an unimaginative, we just put 3 of them together. But there's something about Dugtrio and the illusion, the mystery of what could be beneath the dirt that keeps me interested. Magneton does not do that. Magnezone is poggy as heck, but he's not on this list. Farfetch'd. There's only one place this guy goes. The wonderful tier. It's a duck with a stick and he just smacks you with it. That's amazing. What more could you need in a Pokemon? Doduo is a flying type with no wings, and that's dumb. D tier for Doduo. Dotrio is the same, but less cute. So I've actually rethought this, because I don't think either of them are unbearable, but this is worse than this. So we gotta put Doduo in the C tier and Dodrio in the D tier. Boring. Seal. They put a little horn on a regular seal's head and they were like, this is enough for a new Pokemon. Bad news, you were wrong. D tier. Dugong, I love him. He's silly and I would give him pets if I saw him. But listen, you didn't try. D tier. Grimer. Grimer is a big puddle of slime and he's awesome. Not very imaginative, but he has the chops to be a DJ, I feel like. He's like just ready to spin. So he's gonna go in the C tier, but Muck undoubtedly is a wonderful Pokemon. Like I said, that episode of Pokemon I'll never forget. Plus, he does the same silly thing that Cobra and Snake do with the backwards name. If you know, you know. Shelder. Big tongue, silly boy. Somehow makes Slowbro evolve. We respect him for his evolutionary prowess, so we'll put him in the B tier. Cloister, design aside, is cool. It's a big clam, could shoot things, looks like he's got Ghastly on the inside. Whatever illusions you may draw, please draw them yourself, but Cloister's gonna go in the A tier. Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar are the first ghost line and the only ghost line this game has to offer. Here's what we're gonna do. They're all really cool. I think we go A tier, A tier. Wonderful. How could Gengar go anywhere else? He's another one of those Pokemon. The Pokemon that you see get like their own merch in a store that has nothing to do with Pokemon. Like if you walk into a Spencer's, you can buy a Gengar hat. So he's up there. Onyx, big snake made out of rocks. Pretty cool. B tier. Drowsy. Looks like he forgot to put on pants, so he just dunked himself in mud. I'm also pretty sure that there's something about him hypnotizing children and luring them away, these two. I hate them. They're unbearable, they're awful to look at, and they have creepy back lore. Creepy lore is cool sometimes, not when it involves kids. Stay away from kids. Krabby and Kingler, easy flippin' peasy. This is the second full chain going in the wonderful tier. They are crabs and I love them. Of course, I mentioned the episode where he evolves. Very pog. You know, Krabby can go in the A tier. Kingler is wonderful. No, I'm sticking with my guns. This is my show. I can do whatever I want. They're both wonderful. Voltorb, a Pokeball that it explodes. Pretty cool. B tier. Electrode, what if we just turned him upside down and he smiled? Come on, guys, what are you even doing? Eggs. 6 eggs together that evolve into a palm tree. I get it just about as much as you do, but eggs are funny, and because they're funny, they go in the A tier. Executor is actually pretty cool, not Alolan aside. I think I'll put Executor in the A tier. There we go, that was weird. Cubone is awesome, and so is Marowak. I think I'm gonna put them both in the A tier. I considered putting Cubone in the wonderful tier because of the whole Kangaskhan lore, but that's not confirmed. There's no way of knowing if that's a Kangaskhan skull and this is a baby Kangaskhan. And if it is confirmed, it kind of messes everything up. So like, you're telling me a baby Kangaskhan is a Cubone, so then how do Kangaskhan's work? If your mom dies, you exclusively evolve in the Marowak, and if it doesn't, you just grow into a Kangaskhan? No evolution required? A little messy for me. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan are both awesome. I've always liked Hitmonlee a little more, so I'm gonna put Hitmonlee in the A tier and Hitmonchan in the B tier. Lickitung, dude's got problems. Unbearable. I mean, they really did base a whole Pokemon around a tongue, and it's pretty freaking weird. Coughing, classic Team Rocket Pokemon as well as Weezing. He's a little bigger and a little stinkier. I think I like them both equally. I'm thinking they both go in the B tier. Rhyhorn, the first ever Pokemon design. I think Rhyhorn's really cool. I think Rhydon's really cool. I think this is a perfect example of Pokemon that they could have given an awkward middle evolution and just chose not to this early on. And then we benefit from them being smart like that because Rhyperior, Perior, whatever you like, comes later and he's also cool. So we're going to go B and A. Chansey, Nurse Joy's friend, has an egg at all times. Gotta like egg. Tangela, the spaghetti grass Pokemon. I like Tangela. I don't like Tangrowth. Tangrowth ain't here. So Tangela can go in the B tier as well. Kangaskhan we were just talking about. I always did think Kangaskhan was very cool. And I guess the Cubone, Drybone thing doesn't affect it. Cubone, Marowak, not Drybone. That's a Mario thing. So I think Kangaskhan can get... whoa, what have I done? Whoops. We mess anything up? Nope. I think Kangaskhan can go in the A tier with its friends. Horsey and Seadra are really cool. Kingdra is one of my favorite Pokemon and would be in the wonderful tier. Horsey and Seadra are just a road to Kingdra. So I'll put them in the A tier for now. Goldeen and Seaking are boring Pokemon. They're just like Chinese fighting fish. They have horns, I guess. That's very exciting. Just slap a horn on something and call it special. Don't look at my avatar. I think these are both D tier Pokemon. They don't do much for me. Staryu and Starmie. The naming doesn't make much sense to me. Like, what makes this one you and this one me? But it's a neat Pokemon. I guess, like, I've always been intrigued by this Pokemon because the gem middle, and it looks like it's hard, right? So is it a starfish or is it just like a weird star artifact thing? I don't know. I'm gonna put Staryu in the B tier and Starmie in the A tier. Scyther, dude's got swords for hands. He's super duper cool, and I think it would be anything other than wonderful would just be wrong. He's a lot of people's favorite Pokemon, and the dude, even I said it before, I'll say it again, swords for hands. Electabuzz is super duper rad. He's definitely turning Electivire is so cool. I guess I can do these two together. They're like the antithesis of each other. Soon to be middle evolutions, but standalones in the first game. Very cool. They're type, like the fire and the static monkey, fire duck. I think they're both A tier Pokemon. I think they both deserve that praise, especially when their evolutions come. Pinsir, cool bug, not as cool as Heracross. Heracross would be probably an A tier, so I'm thinking you're B tier. Mega Evolution's kind of cool, but meh. Tauros, I just love the fact that Ash has like 1,000 of them. But at the end of the day, it is just a bull they gave 3 tails, so I think you're a C tier Pokemon. Magikarp, another one of those Pokemon that just transcends everything. Yeah, he's stupid and bad, but like him and Gyarados, you know what? Gyarados gets the same treatment. These Pokemon are more than the sum of their parts. Gyarados is flipping amazing, a flying water type, and it just is cool. Magikarp has that whole like, oh, you gotta train me up energy that basically gets ripped off for the rest of Pokemon in every generation, but he started it. Lapras, we're getting a lot in a row here, but Lapras is also going in the wonderful tier. Awesome Pokemon, knows ice moves. You could ride it to the Orange Islands, lots of fun, can't complain. Ditto, you know what? Let's keep the streak alive. Another wonderful Pokemon. I know that's 4 in a row, but he's awesome. He can be every Pokemon. So he can be every Pokemon in this tier. So how could I say no to him? Eevee, I mean, another Pokemon that's transcended Pokemon. 5 in a row in the wonderful tier, but that's just how it is. Eevee has a billion different evolutions. Some loved him more than others. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But very cool Pokemon. Vaporeon, water is my typing, as I mentioned earlier, but there's also a really weird copy pasta about Vaporeon that I find very funny, but I'm not gonna verbatim say it because it's a little messed up. But that copy pasta genuinely is affected. I look at Vaporeon, so I can't put it any higher than B. Jolteon, while my good friend Billy's favorite, I think is the lamest of the original three, but not lame enough to like slam dunk into the low tier, so I'll put him in the C tier. And then Flareon, I think deserves a B, because I think Vaporeon should get the A, but as a result of the copy pasta, they will share a tier. Porygon, you're like bad Ditto? You're like origami Ditto? I don't like you, you're in the D tier. You're like the weird technology Pokemon that evolves and just gets like a 2 after your name. Oh, I'm Porygon 2 now. Dumb. Omnite, you know where he's going. Lots of reasons this thing goes in the wonderful tier. He's adorable. I love him. I believe Reddit made him super famous in the Reddit Plays Pokemon thing as God, and there's a whole religion based around him. Kind of can't go anywhere else. Omnistar I always hated. I thought Omnite was so cute, and I get he's supposed to be a more threatening version, and he's kind of cool, but I just think they were I think they were almost there, but not quite, so D, sorry. Kabuto, I never really picked him, because yeah, you're cooler than you, but I love Omnite so much, so Kabuto is gonna get like a C tier, and honestly, so is Kabutops. Aerodactyl was like the long game. You got the old Amber way later, and if you like saved your one fossil cache in, you could get this crazy dinosaur, and he's pretty cool. I'm thinking that he goes in the A tier. Aerodactyl is cool. Snorlax, again, I know I've mentioned it a bunch, but there are just some Pokemon that are important enough to be up here. And he's a bear. He's the first bear Pokemon. He ultimately ends up losing the bear Pokemon status when Ursaring comes out, but he is the first bear, and we know how I love bears. All right, we're on legendaries, sorta. We're starting legendaries. Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, the birds. I'm not gonna place them all together because I think that there is a hierarchy that people tend to agree with. I'm gonna leave Pokemon Go out of this. I'm a Team Mystic diehard, but that doesn't affect the Pokemon itself. Regardless though, Articuno is the coolest bird and will be treated as such. A tier. And you know what? Zapdos is just as cool. A tier. Moltres, however, is just a rubber chicken on fire, and that will not be forgiven. D tier. Boring. They could have done a cooler design. Galarian Moltres is literally one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Like, just try harder. Dratini and Dragonair and Dragonite. The first pseudo-legendary, another thing that would be copied every game. He's very cool. He was originally supposed to be what Magikarp evolved into. And I think I'm thinking B? You're supposed to be behind Flareon? I'm thinking B, but then I think Dragonite gets the wonderful bump. And you know what? That's going to maybe be how the tier list continues to go, because Mew and Mewtwo are, I mean, like, the best movie ever is all about Mewtwo. He's so cool in Smash Brothers. And then Mew is a big part of that movie as well. These two legendaries have, like, such a great tale. They were so exciting in the first games. They were the only real legendaries that weren't like the birds until further notice. Very cool. I have an Ancient Mew sealed in my binder on my front page that will hopefully make me a millionaire one day, right after the YouTube channel does. Am I right? Like, comment, and subscribe. And there you go. It only took 30 minutes of not breathing, but we have ranked every single Gen 1 Pokemon, and I will now run through it very quickly. The Unbearables: Rattata, Raticate, Venonat, Venomoth, Weeping Bell, Drowsy, Hypno, Lickitung. Those guys, they're all wacky and I hate them. Not even gonna get started. Don't even get me started on the issues back here. D tier: Metapod, Weedle, Kakuna, Pidgeotto, Wigglytuff, Abra, Dodrio, Seal, Dugong, Electrode, Goldeen, Seaking, Porygon, Omnistar, Moltres. Whether they're boring or unoriginal, this tier is just like, not for me. We start getting cool after this. Ivysaur. Charmeleon, Wartortle, Beedrill, Pidgey, Nidorina, but backwards, Clefairy, Clefable, Zubat, Gloom, Vileplume, Machop, Tentacool, Graveler, Magnemite, and Magneton, Doduo, Grimer, Tauros, Jolteon, Kabuto, Kabutops. Yeah, like the groundwork is here and I get where you were going with all of these, but they don't really put a pep in my step. Caterpie, Pidgeot, Spearow, Fearow, Ekans, Sandslash, Nidorans, Vulpix, Golbat, Oddish, Paris, Diglett, Dugtrio, Persian, Golduck, Manky, Poliwag, Kadabra, Machoke, Victory Bell, Tentacruel, Shelder, Onyx, Voltorb, Execute, Hitmonchan, Coughing, Wheezing, Rhyhorn, Don, Chansey, Tangela, Staryu, Pinsir, Vaporeon, Flareon, Dratini, and Dragonair. Whew, they're all pretty cool. I like them. I like some more than others, but that's not what this. We don't have the time to independently go through all of these. This is where Pokemon are just awesome. All these Pokemon slap. Venusaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Butterfree, Raichu, Sandshrew, Nidoqueen, Ninetales, Psyduck, Primeape, Poliwhirl, Machamp, Bellsprout, Geodude, Golem, Ponyta, Rapidash, Slowpoke, Slowbro, Cloister, Ghastly, Haunter, Executor, Cubone, Marowak, Hitmonlee, Rhyhorn, Kangaskhan, Horsey, Seadra, Starmie, Electabuzz, Magmar, Aerodactyl, Articuno, Zapdos. All those Pokemon are super freaking cool. Design, playing as them, you have a blast with these guys. At least I do. And the wonderful tier, the creme de la creme of Gen 1 of Pokemon. Happy little Bulbasaur, Poggy Charizard, guns on my back, Blastoise, Helga herself, Pikachu, the mascot, the face of Pokemon, cool-ass Nidoking, downbeat rest Jigglypuff, Walking Dead zombie mushroom Parasect, Meowth, that's right, Fire Dogs, Growlithe and Arcanine, very cool. Frog is gonna punch you in the dick. You got Poliwrath, Alakazam, he's got 2 spoons. I like Pokemon that hold things, obviously. Farfetch'D got that leak he's gonna pop you with. Muck's gonna give you a killer hug. Gengar is just probably the edge. If you're an edgelord, you love Gengar, and you know what? Call me an edgelord. He's beloved. Krabby and Kingler, they're crabs. What can you do? Scyther, swords for arms, super cool. Magikarp, he just recently jumped into space. The dude can get it. Gyarados, that he's like Gyarados is like the first like reward Pokemon. You put in all your hard work and you get Gyarados. Lapras, cool ice things. Ditto, transforms into anything, but sometimes it's a little stupid silly face. Eevee is like it can be anything, you know, like you get an Eevee and you're like, yes, whatever type I need, you're there. Great Pokemon when it evolves. But you know, it starts that way. Omnite, God. Snorlax, awesome. I just want to give him a hug. He takes naps. He shoots hyper beams out of his eyes. Dragonite, the first dragon Pokemon, really. I mean, yeah, Dratini and Dragonair are also dragons, but like this is a dragon, but this isn't. But this is. And then Mew and Mewtwo, like I said, an entire 2-hour-long movie to explain why these two are where they are. And that, ladies and gentlemen, ooh, baby! Is gonna complete today's tier list. 151 Pokemon in Gen 1? Holy crud, dude. We went through it and we had a good time. I hope you had a good time too. Please like, comment, subscribe, link, write down below who your favorite Pokemon are, what you think I got right, what you think I got wrong, anything that you think deserves to be changed, any absolute blasphemy. If you want to see me do other gens of Pokemon. And until next Tuesday, give me ideas for tier lists, because this I kind of just pulled out of my butt because I've been playing Pokemon all day. But I need some tier list ideas. I'd love to do some other stuff, so let me know what you want to see. Next Tuesday there'll be another tier list more than likely. We're in the middle of a huge Pokemon wave though, so enjoy those Pokemon videos. We're still alive somehow in Shield, so that run's been pretty fun to go through. And don't you worry if you're an Isaac fan, Isaac will be back. I might even try and record some and like throw it intermittently throughout Pokemon, but as of right now, Pokemon is an unstoppable wave with nothing in it except for tier lists. So I will catch you soon. Tomorrow there will be another video. I'm sure you'll love it. I love you. I'm a Wonder Bear. Peace.